So, hey everybody, welcome to WFSO Aftermath. I know I was supposed to post this on there yesterday, but didn't get the opportunity to, so it's gonna be posted on today, on Tuesday, May 30th. So, all we're gonna do today on Aftermath is talk about the results of each pay-per-view that happened. We're gonna start with Nine Champions, but just gonna say announce the winners and stuff like that because I do remember who won. There's like the other pay-per-views I don't always remember like who won those and stuff like that, but this one was the easiest, so I'm going with the kind of easiest to wherever random thing I do. But anyways, just gonna start with this is past Saturday's pay-per-view, Night Champions. We're gonna start with we're gonna go from the bottom to the top because I don't think that's the streak they went there with. I know they kicked off with yeah, they didn't go in order. I know they kicked off with Seth freaking Rollins and AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship. As y'all probably already know, Seth Rollins already is the new World Heavyweight Champion. Um yeah, Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. Trish Stratus won with the help of Zoe Stark. Gunter and Mustafa Ali for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunter retain. Uh, just gonna switch a little bit. Rhea Ripley versus Natalia for SmackDown Women's Championship. Um, Rhea Ripley retained, although it was a short match, and we're just gonna talk about our feelings on the match later. But let's see, Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship, and shockingly, Asuka won, and now the new Raw Women's Champion. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Brock did win. I was wrong on that one too. And I think now we're on Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Um, a lot of friction going on. Y'all probably saw what happened with between Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso as of late, and it kind of led up for Jimmy Uso just saying like, I should have did this a long time ago and kept on super kicking Roman Reigns. So Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, took the opportunity, pinned them, and they won. So Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens retained the tag team titles. So the matches I was wrong about, and I think there was the Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. I got that one wrong. Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. I got that wrong. And the Bianca Belair versus Asuka, I got wrong. So have 4 out of 7. So that's average. Yeah, might as well just put that on there. So what's going to happen? We're going to talk more about this on our podcast, WFSO After Dark. We're going to talk about that. Just when we get opportunity, just look for it on Spotify and other podcast service. Look for Wrestling Fans Speak Out, and you'll find it there. So probably as soon as you're done with this, you probably can go ahead and check out on the podcast if it posted already, or you know what I'm saying. So let's get out of this, and we're going to talk about Impact pay-per-view, which I was back and forth with. If y'all probably saw on Instagram, I was watching Impact and SmackDown at the same time. So if it comes on, Let's look for the results. There we go. Not that far from there. So Impact Wrestling Underseas results. So the pre-show, yeah, Death Dial versus the Coven. I think Death Dial's won. Okay. Joe Henry versus Dirty Dango for the Digital Media Championship. I think Joe Henry did. Oh, okay, he won by disqualification. Sorry, so he retained. And now to kick off the pay per view was Nick Aldis versus Kenny King. Nick Aldis did win. Yes. Okay. Design versus Sammy Callahan, Rick Swan, and the big returning Jake Christ was a former teammate of Sammy Callahan's when they had the group called Oh was it Oh was it Ohio Over Everything. OVE, I think they had called it. Okay, we can and yeah, response Sammy Callahan, Jay Christ did win that match. Trinity versus Gazelle Shaw. Um Trinity did win on her kind of like Impact debut, pay per view debut. So they won that. Well, she won that, I should say. World Tag Team Championship, uh, ABC versus Subculture with Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews versus Chris Bay and Ace Austin, part of the Bullet Club. And ABC did win. They did retain. S Division title. I think I might have. I think I did win with Trey McGill, so he did win. Yep, he did. Trey McGill did win the match. Took away number one contenders match. I was clueless on this one, and I did get it wrong. So it wasn't Jonathan Gresham who I picked. It ended up being Alice Shelley, out of all people. So kind of shocking. That's kind of good thing for him too, because I don't think he never had like a world title match in Impact. He probably would have had a title shot, but that was probably pretty much it. And last chance knockouts title for Jordan Grace, Deanna Prazo. Good match. Deanna Prazo did retain. And I kind of see why they went that way because I guess like rumor has it that Jordan Grace's contract is up. So I don't know if they're going to resign her or what they're going to do. So who knows? See, and the main event, the no DQ world title match. This is this match was like so brutal. It was just like, ooh, got a lot of there was a lot of blood in there for you guys that like blood and guts and stuff like that. So it would have been this match, and I never heard of anybody's mouth getting stapled like PCO's mouth got stapled. So yeah, that was kind of a yeah. If I had to choose, like the main event was match of the night. All the other matches were good, but it was just this match. If it didn't make Steve Macklin, if it didn't get them these two a name, is hopefully it did with this match. So Steve Macklin did retain. Um, of course, after the end of the match, Macklin called out Scott Demore. So he did put the title around his waist as he was a man of his word. Then Bully Ray attacked Scott Demore, choked him out. Matt Reinhold tried to get in and tried to stop them for doing what they're about to do with lighter. They're going to like lighter fluid on the table and burn the table. Most machine guns tried to stop them too, and they couldn't stop them. And Bully did powerbomb Scott Demore. So this is going to be something for like Impact, and it's just insane that ending of that match. So of course it shows that that Willie Ray and Steve Macklin are gonna team up together. So but their next pay-per-view is against all odds, which is I think it's a week from this Friday. So yeah, checking that they had that pay-per-view, you know, 2 weeks before. But then again, WWE did it once at SummerSlam in August, then a week later had Payback. We kind of started, this reign of Roman Reigns. But I know now he's like over 1,000 days as being champion. So are they gonna keep it going with him, or are they gonna end it, like end his title run soon? Which in a way I kind of hope soon. Like, and I did one of these videos that I did that I said that I think like either Bobby Lashley or AJ Styles should be the one that end the streak of Roman Reigns. But we'll talk about more about that on the WFSO After Dark podcast. Y'all check that out tonight. We will talk about more about the podcast in a bit. So let's go to the results in NXT Battleground. Then we're going to talk about AEW's Double or Nothing, which kind of ended a little bit earlier than expected. So I was kind of shocked at that one. Let's see if I remember. I think the only match I don't remember is the last man standing in the tag team titles. I think the Gallus did retain. So let me look at that. So I already know Wesley did retain for the North American Championship match rival to Triple Threat against Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy. Nolan Dart and Dragon Lee, yeah, and Nolan Dart did somehow retain with the help of Last Legend and this new chick. I don't even know who she is. So I guess they all in the group. And also Jarka Jackson, that's her name, and I think it's O'Shea or something like that. Mixaloo was at his corner. So I guess he's starting to group together. So it took 5 rounds, and Nordar did beat Dragon Lee 2 pins to 1. Now Dijak versus Elja Dragovic Dragonov. Sorry. So Iron Dragonov did win. Okay. Just making sure. And because I was just like watching them back and forth, and it was kind of tricky. But tag team championship match. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, Gallus did win against the Creed brothers, and I did miss some of this one, but I know who won. uh, Bakura versus Tiffany Stratton. God, you can see how different she looked on here to compared to now. I think probably everybody knows that. Yeah, she probably got the boob job. So Tiffany Stratton did is the new women's champion. Yep. Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker was like a kind of like a smashing match. Like I wouldn't say like Braun Breaker was all dominating, but it is crazy. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes did retain, and it seems like it wasn't that much interference from. Let me see if it was from Trick Williams. Yeah, looks like he beat him fairly this time, a 1-on-1. So that was that with the with NXT breakdown. Their next premium level event for NXT is in July in Critter Crow, Texas, I believe. So yeah, they call it's called the Great American Bash. So they trying to, I guess they're trying to do more premium pay per views like every other month or something like that. So which would be something. Um, we're gonna talk about some more news about like possibly WWE doing two pay per views in September. We will talk about that. Oh, excuse me. Where's the results? Oh, there we go. Double nothing results. And I think he still got that damn ring. But you know, can't give it to somebody now. Oh yeah, this match. I didn't see this one. Hardy and Hook versus Ethan Page and the Guns. Although Jeff Hardy did kind of messed up in the match, not once but twice. Um, a lot of people is just saying that he shouldn't wrestle anymore. He should just retire. Um, I do agree to a certain extent, but I think he came back too soon. Like he didn't train enough, in my opinion. So I just think he came back too soon. But I'm saying if he does it, if he does it like a couple more times that he fumbles and messed up on the move, then I'll say yeah, he should retire. But that's just one match. Although it looked bad, but Hook and the Hardys they did win. But oh, Matt Hardy now owns Ethan Page's contract. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I would just say like Jeff Hardy, he only messed up once. Like it happens. Stuff happens in the ring, so you can't take it all out on like one match. Oh, okay. Another. Oh, NXT is on right now, and as I'm watching this, and y'all probably watching it like around the time Aftermath normally comes on. 20 man international championship black tap battle royal. Although it was a battle royal from the number one contender, it was actually for the title. And yeah, Orange Cassidy did win the battle royal and did retain. Unsanctioned match, Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho. It was kind of messing up on my end, so I didn't see all of it. But Adam Cole did win, which ranged into a tag team match, a mixed tag match with Adam Cole and Britt Baker versus Saraya and Chris Jericho. So that's going to happen this Wednesday on AEW Dynamite. So if y'all want to tune into that, tune into that. tag team titles: FTR versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. With I think Mark Briscoe. Yeah, it was the referee. Yeah, he was a special guest referee. Yeah, Mark Briscoe. Okay, just making sure I got one of them. Like, cause I know Jay died, and just making sure I got the names correctly. Decent match. FTR did retain. Just just insane, and I guess that's a good thing. They kind of shake Mark Briscoe's hand and he raised him up as he gave him the tag titles. So one of the greatest that hold that in the tag team, but man's going solo and wanted to see what's next for Mark Briscoe and what's next for FTR. TNT title ladder match, which was interesting. It seemed like Wardlow, was like mainly dominating, but Luchasaurus was interfering in the some of the match. But then again, there's no disqualifications in the ladder match, so it was nothing, nothing you can say. So, oh, okay, so Arn pushes, yeah, Arn Anderson was in there, trying to help out because I forgot, yeah, you had Luchasaurus in this corner, Aaron, in Christian Cage corner, and you got Warlow, like Arn Anderson, come out and help them out. So, although Arn Anderson was bloody, so like bloody in the mouth, so that kind of made it good for like TV. But Warlow power bombs Christian Cage off the ladder, power bombs him, grab his title and win. Ooh, ooh. Don't mind me, but Warlow did retain women's title. I was wrong about this one. I thought Jamie Hayter was going to retain, but she didn't. Tony Storm ended up winning. Remaining some interference by uh, this Ruby and Saraya did interfered because that's how Tony Storm for the second time is the AEW Women's Champ. The trio title open challenge, House of Black versus Acclaim and Billy Gunn. I didn't see much of this match, but I did hear who won, and that was the House of Black did retain the trios title. Now, the TBS title was like a lot of different situation was going on with that. Um, it was first Italian Valkyrie that went against Jake Gargill, but Italian Valkyrie did lose and Jake Gargill retained. So yeah, it goes 16-0. Sterling Sterling gets on the mic and said nobody was left to challenge her. Then Chris Statlander came out and the match was official and it was a quick match. She hits Jay with the pile driver and got her for the win. So the first woman to beat Jay Cargill was Chris Statlander. But with rumors like I don't pay attention to rules, but I'm gonna say it anyway. That they thought Tanya Valkyrie was gonna be the one to break the streak, but it ended up being Chris Statlander that broke the streak and now the new TBS champion. Which is good, but like I think they could have went a little bit longer with the streak if they wanted to. I would have said by end of summer, wherever the next pay per view would be all in or all out or whatever, which they're gonna end up having both. But kind of glad they made this decision now. So that's like two women, one in WWE that had like the greatest run as Raw Women's Champion, which was Bianca Belair, had one of the biggest runs in WWE in this century. And you have the Jade Cargill, who was holding the TBS championship. They said like 420 days. I said that she hold it. Um, and was undefeated when she won it, and up till Sunday, where she lost to Chris Statlander. So the main event, no, one of the main events, it was the double main event. The world title was very interesting to me, so I really did like this match. NJF versus Jungle Boy versus Sammy Guerrero versus Darby Allin, and Sammy Guerrero revealed that him and what's that woman's name? And Tay, they're expecting a baby. So congrats to them. So I like they started beating up on MJF and the way he kind of came out with his entrance as a devil. I thought that was something. So yeah, it was a lot of stuff going on in this match, and it was worth it. And you see that that MJF is really deserving. So he did retain, and now the second main event was the insanest, craziest, and I don't know what else to say. The craziest main event ever. How you gonna super kick somebody and suddenly like you got fireworks popping in their head? Oh, GG Dolan won the match against JC Jane. Um, the funny thing was, and then I'm glad they kind of pointed this out. They had a band that performed John Moxley theme song, and it kept going for 10 minutes during that match. And I think it was Young Bucks that ended up super kicking the lead singer, and the band was still playing for like another 30 seconds. And they finally stopped. Who does that? Well, I know that happened to some people before that had their theme music still playing while they were wrestling. But this was something else. Uh it was a lot of stuff, like it was all bloody and it was just crazy. It was a good match to kind of like in a way kind of go home happy with the fans. Although probably for some of them they I don't know if some of them were upset that the Elite lost and the Combat Club won. So yeah, the Blackpool Combat Club did win the match. Tachika, did interference of in the match, although it wouldn't matter because there's no disqualification in the match anyway. So he kicked Omega out of nowhere and Utah spikes Omega with a screwdriver for the win. And that was like it from there. So the next pay-per-view for AEW is Forbidden Door with New Japan Pro Wrestling. But this time it's not gonna be in Chicago, it's gonna be in Toronto. They're gonna be I think they're in Chicago for the debut of AEW Collision that's gonna be on Saturdays. And after that, they're gonna be in Chicago for Dynamite Rampage. And I think like a week later, they got the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. So yeah, crazy enough. Um, hopefully we'll be back on our regular time this Sunday for WFSO Aftermath, but it may have been more than a half hour, but at least it'll give y'all some time to what the was that bondage?
Not bondage.
Oh, okay. I didn't see
The freaking dog face.
the
Bondage.
I didn't see the dog's mouth until the last second.
Bondage.
I didn't know.
You bondage. Where's your mind at?
Somewhere that it shouldn't be.
Yeah, quite obviously. Chains and handcuffs. Probably hot wax on the nipples too.
No. Somebody did that to me before, and no, never again.
It weren't me for the people.
No, it wasn't you. This was way before you. Oh my god. And I don't have the marking where it happened on my like in my mouth area. You won't be able to see it because it's like kind of like almost like this. It ended up looking like almost like this scar, but it wasn't that visible. But if I like touch it a certain way, I can feel it. That the wax had burned in my mouth. Oh my god, never do that again. Um, well, that's pretty much it for what we're gonna talk about. So we ain't gonna talk about no Bucks talk today. We might say that for the podcast. So if anyone wants to know about the podcast, it will be later on tonight. It probably will be on there at probably like about 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific for you guys in the West Coast. So yeah, if y'all get a chance, please check that out. We'll talk about more about the Night Champions pay per view. What the thoughts of course, Hazel and Mike, what they think about the Night Champions pay per view. I will talk about Battleground, but either of them did not see that, so we can just talk about Light Night Champions, and we probably will have some little bit more subjects to go up on. So we'll see. So either check us out on Spotify for WFSO After Dark, or you can see us live on Twitch. On look for WFSO on Twitch. You'll see us live on there. So get a chance to check that out too. So thank our sponsors, Art from the Heart. You want some drawings of something like animated and stuff, they would be the ones to go to. So check out Art in the Heart on Facebook. Also, check out Moving Dudes on Facebook, or if you're in Wisconsin trying to move within Wisconsin, give them a call. Look for Sean, look for LaShawn, I should say, and call 414-807-4299. And that will help you with your moving needs if you're in the Wisconsin area, I should say. I know I'm probably doing something in Florida, but don't know that just yet. So that's just a little bit of a spoiler. But anyways, you guys like the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel as we got over 300 subscribers and trying to get more. So please, without y'all, this channel will be nothing. And don't forget about checking out our past videos too, like the previews of like the matches that I mentioned, like Under Siege, Night of Champions, and so on and so on. And also, I think I did a Bucks video talking about the new coach. So check out that video as well. So just look at our past videos. You like wrestling content and Milwaukee Bucks content, you will like this channel. So until the next video, you guys have a good one, and hopefully you guys will, see me and everybody else next Sunday. But for you guys that listen on the Spotify podcast and then wherever podcast you're listening to, look for Wrestling Fans Speak Out, WFSO After Dark tonight. Probably be sometime after 11 p.m. Central Time. So until then, y'all have a good one, and hopefully y'all did enjoy WFSO Aftermath. So there'll be more videos to come, especially with exclusive starting next Saturday. So you want to watch some matches, just stay tuned to that. So peace out. We're gonna end anytime soon. Oh, there we go. Goodbye, everybody.